Now, training can also start. So with Millie, you can see Cherry's already starting to train her to sit and lie down and stand. If you move around just to the front there, Cherry, then that camera will catch you as well there. That's perfect. So wagging her tail, slightly over to your left if you can. That's it there. So you can see there she is. So learning with food, so not lots of pushing and pulling and shoving, because if you're going to be placed with someone in a wheelchair, that's never going to work, is it? And the dogs are going to learn, oh right, okay, well you can't push, pull and shove me, so I'm not going to cooperate. So we want the dogs to see it as a positive thing, training, that they enjoy, they want to be with you, they want to be helpful. It creates a much better attitude. So she's already now just starting to learn about lying down and staying down. At 12 weeks, so you know this is 10 weeks. So even less, even more impressive. Wagging her little tail. So you can see that she's just starting to get her obedience right. Now the next thing that Cherry's showing is getting her to touch her hand. She's learning to like going and touching her hand. She puts her hand out, she goes and puts her nose on it. The reason for that is because it's the first stage in training a dog to press a lift button or a light switch or a pelican crossing button. Start learning to go to something and put your nose on it or put your feet on it, and then we can develop that later into an actual specific task. Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Millie, who are you? Okay, so you can see touching things is going to be important. Cherry just playing with some toys there. Exploring the world with your mouth is important if you do it in an appropriate way. So rather than just letting the dogs go and learn whatever it is that they would do unguided, we guide them towards picking up a whole variety of different items. If you're going to be an assistance dog, you'll need to end up being able to pick up pieces of paper that have come off the printer, maybe, credit card that you drop, your keys, people are always dropping keys, pens, that's a big one, pens probably get dropped more often than any other item. And if your hands don't work very well, and remember, you know, Andy there, he can't feel what he's got in his hand, always dropping things. And so if you've got a puppy that gets used to the feel of different things in its mouth, how's that gone? That was a roly-poly. Hey, good girl. Yeah, you've got that. Yeah, managed to retrieve that from under the chair. Then you're going to take to the training really well. Your mind is going to work in the right way. You're going to think about life in the right way. So there you see, picking up a whole range of different things. She's already started touching. A little recall from what are we doing? From me to you. Hey, hello, Millie.
Millie, come here.
Good girl.
Millie, come here.
So she's learning her name, learning to recall. She knows there's going to be something in it for her. That's fine. You know, that's how we all learn. That's how all animals learn. But the way we train the dogs is actually closer to the way that dolphin trainers train dolphins to do things, and birds of prey. You know, we're looking at the sorts of principles that are used with different species that aren't necessarily so easy to train as dogs. So great, and were you going to go to bed? Yeah, so we're just going to show how she would be starting off learning to go to a place. So rather than coming to mum, she's got to go away from mum and go onto that mat. We use the clicker to indicate to the dog, that's close to what I like. So she'll start off learning that if she goes anywhere near it, to that place, that's where a click indicates to her that that's good, that's going to end up getting you a treat. She says, I'll try that. Is that going to work? That's not going to work this time because Cherry's starting to develop a different behaviour, so she's going to have to think a bit and think, hang on a minute, what can I try next that might just get me, get me some sort of reward. Make it a little bit easier for her, so she makes some... What's on the screen? What does that mean? There you go, so she's starting to think. There. Click that. Oh, she said. So something about that ended up getting me a treat. I wonder what that was. So they have to think. Oh, now probably in her mind, she thought, oh, it's to do with lying down. So she'll try lying down again now. Yeah. She thought, that was it. Because at the same time she went near the mat, she lay down. So she thought, oh, maybe it's lying down, that's the thing. So she'll have to just work out. It's all working out. She just thought there. I wonder if it's to do with going over there. Hang on a minute. Have I worked this out right or not? Let's have a think. Yeah, so you click that. And you can start seeing the penny starting to drop. So you can see the way that we try and train the dog. So start thinking about seeing the environment as something to explore and try things. We like dogs to be exploratory because they make good assistance dogs and they're fun to be with. Yeah, give Cherry and little 10-week-old Millie a big round of applause. Wag a little tail.